The chapter opens during the day in a partially destroyed swordsmith village. The narrator mentions that plans to revive and relocate the village had to be expedited due to the possibility of demons returning at night. Despite being attacked by 2 upper moons, the village managed to minimize casualties. There was no time for mourning the dead, as demons don't wait for anyone. The focus then shifts to Tanjiro, who is injured. He observes,
"Oh, I see. They moved the village."
Goto explains that in the past, dead villages have been created for situations like this, as they are untraceable. He wonders if Tanjiro is well enough to eat, considering he was asleep for 7 days. Hungry, Tanjiro starts eating and mentions that Kanroji-san advised him to eat a lot as well. Goto remarks that Kanroji-san seems a bit odd, but adds that after the intense battle, the Love and Mist pillars slept for 2 days and fully recovered by the 3rd day. Tanjiro admires and respects these 2 Hashiras. Goto looks at Tanjiro and reflects that he is gradually approaching their level. He remarks,
"Well, at least you're recovering quickly."
Tanjiro agrees and expresses his happiness that everyone is alive. Suddenly, Goto remembers something that he wanted to ask Tanjiro. Curiously, he inquires,
"I heard something bad happened to your sister. Is she okay?"
Tanjiro responds,
"Oh yeah, she can now walk in the sun."
Goto is puzzled and wonders about Nezuko's future. Tanjiro expresses his concern, stating that they are currently addressing this issue, and he doesn't know if Nezuko will return to being human or remain a demon. Goto asks if Shinobu-sama is the one handling this matter, and Tanjiro reveals that Tamayo-san is in charge. Goto asks who Tamayo-san is, and Tanjiro accidentally chokes on his food, realizing he shouldn't have disclosed that information since Tamayo is a demon as well. As Tanjiro coughs, Goto exclaims, "You're eating too fast. You have to take it easy. You're still recovering." He wonders where the 3 little girls are, and Tanjiro mentions that Aoi-chan is not present either. He pats his chest and thinks, that was close. He continues, since no one is in critical condition, they're playing with Nezuko, as she can now speak a little. Goto is shocked and says, "Oh really, that's nice, but things will get chaotic once that yellow guy arrives." Tanjiro is confused. The scene changes to Zenitsu, who is expressing great shock and yelling. Nezuko then greets everyone with a warm,
"Welcome."
Zenitsu, overwhelmed by Nezuko's cuteness, exclaims, "I'm having heart attacks." Aoi-chan, annoyed, retorts, "Yes, please have one." Zenitsu is astonished to hear Nezuko talking and wonders if she has been practicing hard at it for him. He even asks Nezuko if they can get married now, shouting, "Nezuko-chan was amazing under the moon, but she's absolutely amazing under the sun. If we get married, I'll feed you eel and sushi every day, so please marry me." Nezuko responds by saying,
"Welcome back, Inosuke."
Zenitsu is devastated, while Aoi-chan smiles in the background. Zenitsu furiously screams, "Where the hell is that pig? I'm going to spit roast it alive." The scene then transitions to 2 days ago when Inosuke came to the butterfly estate due to an injury. He was determined to make Nezuko remember his name at any cost. On the same day, there was an emergency meeting of the pillars at the Ubuyashiki estate. All the Hashiras had gathered. Sanemi envies the other Hashiras because they have encountered upper moons, unlike him. Iguro replies,
"It's not like people run into them all the time. But how are you 2 doing, Kanroji and Tokitu?"
Kanroji says she's feeling much better, while Tokitu admits he's still not at full strength. The rock pillar, Himejima, sheds tears and expresses concern for the demon hunters if they were to lose more pillars. However, he commends their noble feat of defeating 2 upper moons without losing a pillar. Shinobu is surprised by how quickly Kanroji and Tokitu have recovered from the intense battle and asks for an explanation. Tomioka suggests,
"The master probably wants to discuss everything, including this."
Suddenly, the master's wife, Ubuyashiki Amani, enters and announces that she will be attending the pillar meeting in place of the master. She explains that the master's health has deteriorated due to the illness, and he sends his apologies for not being able to attend such an important meeting. The Hashiras are shocked to learn about their master's weakened condition. Himejima expresses his prayers for the master's life to last just a little longer, even for a day, and for Amani-sama to remain strong in this situation. Amani looks down and conveys the master's gratitude to all the pillars. She then informs,
"A demon who can withstand the sun has emerged, and Muzan has likely shifted his focus to target her in order to conquer the sun himself. The time for an all-out battle is approaching. Additionally, there have been reports of strange marks appearing on Kanroji-sama and Tokitu-sama during their fights against upper moons.
Ameni requests that the two Hashiras explain how they obtained those marks and what the conditions are for acquiring them. Both Tokitu and Kanroji appear confused. Ameni continues,
In the Sengoku era, there were skilled swordsmen of the first breath who came close to defeating Kibutsuji Muzan. These swordsmen had marks resembling demon crests.
Senemi, Iguro, and Tomioka are taken aback by this revelation.
This knowledge has been passed down through generations, so it's possible that some people are aware of it.
Sanemi interrupts, expressing his surprise at never having heard of this before. He demands an explanation for why this information was kept hidden. Ameni responds,
Many people were deeply disappointed when these marks didn't appear. Over time, the details surrounding these marks became unclear. It's possible that the information was never properly recorded. Additionally, the demon hunters faced numerous near extinctions, so the knowledge may have been lost at some point. However, there is one consistent piece of information. Once a person has the mark, it starts spreading to others, as if they are resonating.
Ameni's daughter recalls that this is how one of the skilled swordsmen described it. Ameni continues,
Currently, the first person to have this mark is not one of the pillars, but Kamado Tanjiro. However, when we asked him about it, he struggled to explain how he acquired these marks. We could have left it at that, but then we learned that 2 pillars also received these marks. So please, Kanroji-sama, Tokitu-sama, tell us your experiences.
Kanroji attempts to explain her feelings when she received the mark, but nobody understands her. Sanemi glares at her in anger while Iguro sighs and face palms. Feeling embarrassed, Kanroji apologizes and suggests hiding in a small hole. Tokitu quietly says,
I wasn't aware of any marks, but reflecting on the previous battle, I noticed several differences. If certain conditions are met, perhaps everyone can obtain these marks. Allow me to explain how it works.
The chapter concludes. If you like this video, please consider subscribing because it encourages me to keep making more content for you. Thank you so much and stay safe.